Blacks Don't Cry is a play about four men who find themselves imprisoned by emotional oppression and mental disillusions caused by social standards. Now, these men are trying to find freedom in a modern world where money is what all humans need to survive. The harsh poverty of our realities. Now, written by Linda Wa Ka Shabangu, he joins us now in studio to share more on the production. Linda, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Sanbona. I'm good. I can't complain.
Good stuff, man. Good to have you on the show. What led you to putting this play together?
As a theatre person, I was learning to write, and there's things that I was seeing around Joburg, and I wanted to put them on paper. So I got a chance now to sit at home and write. So from my perspective of being young and black also in this country. So yeah, that's how Blacks came about, and trying to understand the history of being black, Right. So that's where Blacks Don't Cry comes from.
But the title Blacks Don't Cry, is it a statement? Is it an observation? Is it an experience, perhaps?
So for me, it was just an open thing, but it's not a statement. I think it's free for interpretation. It's free for interpretation. For me, it's just the title.
Yes.
And as the author of the show,
but what's in that title?
There's
what
so
are you
much
trying to put across?
There's so much. In the title, not just the word black. There's so much that you can unpack from that only, and it's just, that's why I'm saying it's open for interpretation. How you see black, what is black to you, and then don't cry. What does it mean? So, a statement, or is it an observation, or is it a question also? So that's why I'm saying it's open for interpretation. But as an author, I decided to make it a title.
Right.
To open it up.
But why the emphasis on blacks only?
I can write from the perspective of being black.
Okay.
And the title comes from that. And I'm from the township, so I'm associated with this blackness that is around.
Got you.
Yeah, it comes from that.
So how did you manage to bring the story to life then? I mean, you've had this idea, you've had this vision, and you put pen to paper in it. How then did you manage to bring it to life?
Human experience.
Okay.
Yeah, interactions of this color. So the story was, it's a traveling story. So from observing things and human interactions amongst these men, and then I sort of wrote. It's experiences that people live.
Yeah.
It was not hard to really sit down and have a conversation between Malum and Mchad.
Right.
Between someone who works, your colleague.
Yes.
Yeah, but then now, as a writer, these four men, what do I do with them? They're all black.
Okay.
Location, where are they? So, and then the conflict came out from that.
Right. In as much as there's different themes, I mean, you've mentioned traveling, you've mentioned family relations, but what's that central theme, and how are you hoping people would embrace it and interpret it the way that you want it to be interpreted?
So, the core theme in this is money.
It's money, ne? Okay.
The core thing is money. Living now requires money. But there's so much that happens into getting the money.
Okay.
So you need to KZN. You travel to Joburg to get money. But within the traveling, there's so much that happens.
Involving
you live
money.
in your family. You live in your family, for one. But you want this thing.
Yes.
So now you could think would fancy.
So basically it's more centered on livelihoods.
Sure.
Okay. Now let's talk about the actors, Piwe Piri, Thabang Khweli, Thabo Mpaswane, and the kind of roles that they play to bring the story to life.
Okay, so there's Ubapir, who plays a character here, the lavish lifestyle type of thing. Yabo? Mablesanyana, yabo, right. And then there's Omorena, who plays someone who's a believer who goes to church. So already there's a conflict between these two, you see?
Yes, definitely.
They clash.
Definitely.
Those two. Then there's this one, Utabang, more observant, more of a writer, you know, more of very isolated being.
Okay.
Then there's a very neutral person, very neutral. Neutral person who does not say much, he's just living through. Just living through. It's morning, it's fine. It's night, it's fine. It does not affect. So these people are in the same workplace.
Sure. Okay.
They're in the same workplace. And then things happen there.
But how would you describe the mood of this play? Is it purely educational? Is it entertaining? Or is it simply an articulation or a reflection of the daily realities that are faced by people on a daily basis?
Sure. So one is, when we spoke about it after the creation, is that one, the objective of the show is to make people aware of what's happening around.
Okay.
Two, is to also appreciate our historical background as a color of black. Three is acknowledging where we are and those that have came to say, we see you. We see you. And we're still here. And we'll take it forward. We'll take it forward. If it's a struggle that we're taking, we'll take it forward. But we are conscious now. We are aware of what's happening. So educational, it can fall there. You know, entertainment, it falls there. Right. So this show is just open for interpretation. It's educational to a point where you can have a Q&A type of session where we can sit down after the show and have a conversation, opening a conversation to say, this is happening. And it affects us all, what is happening on stage. As much as I'm performing this character in the show, I'm dealing with this after this performance. When I bow and say, thank you for coming and watching the show, I'm living that show as I go home.
Right. Got you. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Share more details of the play, where and when it will be showing.
We're starting birthday Babu Mandela on Tuesday, 11. The first show is at 11. Tuesday, 18 July, until 22, which will be on a Sunday. And dates are change. So kuna 3, kuna 6, I change the card. So I'll suggest that people bafuna show, they can go to the website there, Joburg Theatre, and posters and everything.
Okay.
And follow Linda Wa Ka Shabangu on social media, and then clips and what's going up.
All right. Linda, great chatting to you, man.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Well, Blacks Don't Cry, written by Linda Wa Ka Shabangu and directed by Thabo Motsabi, will be showing at the Joburg Theatre from the 18th until the 22nd of July.